Soil is the loose material that covers the Earth's surface. In most parts of the world, land is covered by soil. You can think of soil as the living skin of the earth. It gives plants the nutrients they need to grow, and plants give people and animals food to live. Soil also provides building materials, homes for animals, and things we use every day. Soil is not just dirt. It is an important natural resource that provides the foundation for life on Earth. Soil is made of rocks, decayed plants and animals, air, and water. Let's first look at rocks. Through a process called weathering, big rocks break down into smaller and smaller pieces, eventually becoming part of soil. Soil does not form in a day. It can take hundreds of years. Wind, water, and extreme hot and cold temperatures cause rocks to break down over time. The pieces of rock are transported from one place to another through erosion. But wait, soil is not just tiny rocks. It is also made up of decayed plants and animals called humus. Humus is made from things that were once alive, like leaves that fall from a tree. The dead leaves decay or break down and become part of the soil, giving it nutrients. Humus is a dark color and is found on the ground's surface. There are 3 layers of soil. The topsoil is the top layer where plants grow, and it is only a few inches thick. Humus is part of the topsoil. The middle layer is the subsoil, and it is a combination of soil and rocks. Bedrock is the bottom layer that is made up of many layers of rock. How soil looks and feels tells us about its properties. Is it good for growing plants? How much air and water does it hold? To answer these questions, let's start with soil types. There are 3 types of soil: sand, silt, and clay. Soil comes from tiny pieces of weathered rock. The difference between soil types is the size of the rock particles. Sand has the largest particles. It feels rough and gritty. Sandy soil has air spaces between the grains of sand. The airspace lets water drain through sand quickly. A sandcastle washes away in the tide because sand does not hold on to a lot of water. Silt has medium-sized particles. It feels smooth when wet. Silt particles hold on to more water than sand. A bird's footprint sticks to silty soil because silt does not drain as much water. Clay has the smallest particles. It feels sticky when wet and hard when dry. The small rock particles pack tightly together, holding the most water, but there is little space for air. The water helps clay keep its shape, so it is used to make pottery. What is the best type of soil for growing plants? Sand does not hold enough water for most plants to grow. Clay holds water but does not contain the air that plants need. The best soil for growing plants is called loam, and it is a mixture of sand, silt, clay, and humus. Humus is made of decaying plants and animals. It adds nutrients to soil and gives it a darker color. The combination of soil and humus makes loam the best soil for growing plants because it has the perfect amount of air, water, and nutrients. Plants get the food and water they need to grow from soil. Plants absorb food called nutrients from their roots. Besides providing food and water, soil helps plants stand tall by holding their roots in place. When roots take hold in the ground, they keep soil from washing away. For example, tree roots prevent soil erosion by reaching deep and holding soil together. Farmers want to plant their crops in the best soil with the most nutrients. To prepare soil for planting seeds, a farmer uses a tractor to till the soil. Tilling mixes up the topsoil so the nutrients are near the surface. Crops grow in different types of soil. Rice grows in soil with clay that holds a lot of water. Pineapple grows in sandy soil, and carrots grow best in a mixture of soils. Topsoil, where plants grow, is a precious natural resource because it takes a long time for rocks to become soil. Farmers try to conserve the topsoil by rotating the kinds of crops they plant and by controlling irrigation so soil doesn't wash away. When crops are harvested, the farmer lets the plants left behind decay and become part of the soil again, giving back nutrients. Worms spend their lives eating soil. They feed on decaying plants and leaves within the soil, and this behavior helps make soil healthy. Let's look at an earthworm under a microscope. A worm does not have eyes, legs, or teeth, but it does have strong mouth muscles to swallow tiny bits of soil. Worms move forward and back, eating what's in front of them. The soil passes through the worm's digestive system and comes out the other end as waste called castings. These are worm castings, and they are rich in nutrients for plants. Worms help soil in other ways. After it rains, worms crawl deep underground, creating tunnels. Worm tunnels are important because they mix up the soil, allowing air and water to get inside to help plants grow. Since worms are so helpful, farmers raise worms just like other animals. This is a worm farm where millions of wriggling earthworms are raised and then sold to other farmers to keep their soil healthy. People and animals rely on soil to grow plants for food. But soil has other uses as well. This animal is a mole. Moles live underground, digging tunnels to look for worms and insects in the soil. Many animals, such as the kit fox, the burrowing owl, and the tiger salamander, live in burrows beneath the ground. Around the world, there are people who make their homes out of soil. Wet soil, made of sand and clay, is poured into rectangular molds. The mud bricks, also known as adobe bricks, are stacked on top of each other to create the walls of a building. Here are examples of buildings made of soil bricks. Clay soil can be used to make pottery. A lump of clay is molded by hand into cups, bowls, and vases. People in some cultures use the natural colors in soil to paint their faces and bodies. This allows people to express themselves and the traditions of their community. Soil is also used in medicine. A bacteria naturally found in soil is used to make antibiotics that treat infections. Soil is not just dirt. It is an important natural resource that provides the foundation for life on Earth. Soil is made of rocks, decayed plants and animals, air, and water. Soil comes from weathered rock that is broken down and moved through erosion. There are 3 levels of soil: topsoil, subsoil, and bedrock. Humus gives soil nutrients and is part of the topsoil. Soil looks and feels different depending on its properties. There are 3 types of soil: sand, silt, and clay. Sand has the largest rock particles and feels gritty. Silt has medium-sized particles and feels smooth. Clay has the smallest particles and feels sticky. Loam is a mixture of sand, silt, clay, and humus and is the best soil for growing plants. Farmers grow plants in topsoil. Soil holds roots in place, and roots help with soil erosion. Worms make nutrient-rich castings. They also create tunnels that allow air and water to reach below the surface. Soil is used in many ways, including making homes for animals and people.